and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn daily energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right, we're going to be looking at what you may be struggling with. All right, we have King of Pentacles. Could have to do with finances, money, career, business. What else is going on here? Stability within yourself. All right, so we have the Star. All right, could have to do with an Aquarius, but I feel like it's more about the Star. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like you're struggling. This could be you're struggling with money. It could be struggling with starting a new business, starting a new career, having a job that you enjoy, that you like. I feel like you've lost hope with something. I feel like you want to give up. I feel like you've tried to make things happen, but they just haven't happened for you. I feel like you're kind of building a tower. Like you're kind of building up that negativity, like all of the things that haven't worked out for you. Is I kind of feel like you're kind of piling that up and you're kind of creating your own tower there. Like all of these, you're reminding yourself, you're telling yourself all of these things that have gone wrong for you or that haven't happened for you. And I feel like it's kind of shaking and shaking that foundation that you have. I feel like, yeah, because I'm seeing kind of this tower here, and I feel now there's kind of this tower here, and there's kind of like this mound with the tree on it, and I feel like you have this is stuff that's been building up over time, and I feel like these clouds are coming into play, and like I feel like there's a lot of this negativity that is around you because it could have to do, like maybe your work is making you angry. Maybe there's a boss at your work that is making you angry, or there's someone that is around you that is making you frustrated or angry, or it's making you feel a sense of lack. All right, let's look at the advice from the tarot. We have the Strength card, and we have the Infinity sign, which is an individual empowerment and everlasting love. I feel like it's kind of handling the situation in a strong, powerful way, but not in a boisterous way, like having that gentleness that is around you. We have the Four of Wands, partnerships, parties, get-togethers, connections. I feel like it's put yourself out there. With the Six of Pentacles, sharing. I feel like for some reason, I feel like you're not happy with the job that you're at, and I feel like, or your finances, or the career, like I feel like you're not happy, and I feel like the advice from the tarot is to say to start to branch out. I feel like it's put yourself out there, right? To say that if you're not happy with what your situation is, what is it that would make you happy? And I feel like don't do it out of anger and say, oh, I'm going to leave this company and I'm going to show you that you missed a really good employee, which could definitely be the truth. But don't do it out of anger. Do it because you want the best for yourself, and that you're looking out for yourself, and you're saying, I deserve better than to be in this situation. That I deserve to be free of this stress and this anxiety or this letdown or this lack of hope or this lack of motivation, that I deserve to be in a place where I feel motivated, where I feel guided, where I feel hopeful, where I feel happy. And do it from that place, right? Do it from that place of strength within yourself that says that I want to celebrate me, and that I want to have those connections, or be in this situation or this job or this financial security where I feel good, that I can celebrate, right? That I'm doing it out of love for myself, not out of anger towards, definitely you can use anger as a motivator to push you to make some changes. But I feel like because the Strength card came out with the advice from the tarot, I feel like it's looking at it as coming from more of a positive, softer place. And then with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like it's kind of like putting yourself out there, like putting your resume out, or maybe it's just researching, okay, if I don't like this, then what would I like to do? What would I like to be doing? How can I make those changes, right? And putting yourself out there and making things happen and taking actions to make things happen. And for some reason, I feel like the Four of Wands represents connections. That the more that you put yourself out there, it could be online, or it could be like maybe friends, connections, right? That you never know who you'll meet, or you'll never know who you can come in contact with. That it might be a friend asks you to go out, like you decide to go out to dinner that night or go out to a party, and then happens to be at that party is somebody who has this connection to this job you would like to do. Or you talk with this person that kind of gives you this idea, and you start going down this, right? It's like if you just sit at home and you don't do anything, right? Or you don't make an effort, you know, it could be online, right? That maybe you join a group or a community and one person knows another person, or it leads to something else, right? That you have to start the ball rolling. I feel like that's kind of what it's saying here is this Six of Pentacles, is you have to start the ball rolling and put yourself out there. That if you just sit there and you do nothing and you complain about how you're not happy, then that's not going to change anything. That you put yourself in the frame of mind is that, okay, if I'm not happy, what would make me happy, or what do I need to do to get myself out there? Energy coming in there, I feel like it's cutting that negativity, cutting those swords, handling a difficult situation. But I also feel like it's kind of thinking and processing things in a new way and say, you know what? I do have to get myself out there more. I do have to kind of push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone, right? That if I'm not happy with this, then what is going to make me happy? And maybe that's what this is like thinking about, okay, what's truly going to make you happy? What's going to bring you that financial security or make you feel better? Stepping out on your own with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like it's kind of, Five of Pentacles can be a temporary hardship, so this is just temporary, but I also feel like it can be kind of stepping out on your own and kind of just not, sometimes we have to step away from the influences that we have around ourselves and go to a neutral place. So I know that for me, when I go to the barn, it gives me a lot of clarity. It gives me a lot of, even just the drive out there, gives me a lot of clarity and direction, and I come up with a lot of ideas, and like it just, and then when I come back home, I feel like, not that my home space is a negative space, but sometimes we just need a change of scenery, or a change of, you know, we have to do something different, and then we start thinking differently, and it's just, we feel so much better. And then we have the King of Cups. I also feel that it's kind of, I feel like it's not, I feel like it's kind of, the King of Cups is kind of like letting go of something. Like, I feel that the King of Cups is somebody who is in control, but he's in control of his emotions and his feelings, that he knows the things that he needs to let go of that don't serve him, and he knows the things that he has to focus on. So I feel like it's kind of being a stronger focus for yourself. Let's grab an overall energy here. Oh, we have two cards here for you. And we have, yeah, sometimes we have to fight for our happiness, right? We have to fight for our happiness. Sometimes we have to stir things up, right? That if things are stagnant and they're always the same, sometimes we have to stir those things up in order to create, you know, the ability to be able to see things. And sometimes we have to fight for our happiness. Sometimes we have to like go to battle for our happiness and say, you know what, if I'm not happy, if I want change, I have to be changed, right? How many times have I said that? I always say that if you want change, you have to be changed. To not just, if it's not acceptable to you, you know you deserve better, then what are those things that you need to do to bring that change in? I just feel like it's definitely putting yourself out there. I feel like it's kind of getting out of your comfort zone and maybe pushing those boundaries and just trying things, right? What's the worst that could happen? Sometimes for me, like I'll get so anxious about something, or I won't do something, and I'm like, I really have to think, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? You know, and like I started working back at I'm cashiering again, and I'm just like, I kind of had, some days I'll have anxiety about it, and I'm like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? So somebody yaps at you, so you just don't take it personally, right? So it's just like, you know, it's just, sometimes it's just like pushing yourself and saying, okay, what's the worst that can happen? And then decide what you want to do from there. We have Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race, without a doubt. So advice from the Animal Oracle is slow and steady. It doesn't mean you have to make big changes all at once. It could just be kind of thinking about things and saying, okay, putting yourself out there. Okay, what is it that I would like to do, right? What are the groups that are out there that I could put myself out there? Or where, what are those things that I could do where I could push myself? Or what new hobbies do I want to start? Or, what is, just journaling, or slow and steady. I feel that slow and steady wins the race, because it's about those permanent changes that you're making towards positive things. We can do things quickly, but it's not long lasting. It's a quick fix. It feels good, but then it's like, if we're doing something slow and steady, that it has the potential to stick and become a new habit, and to have rewards all along, not just once, but over and over again. Let's grab some advice from the Star Dragons. We have dominance, believing in yourself, dominating the situation, dominating the circumstances, right? And believing in yourself, that if you want change, you need to be changed. Believe in yourself with the star. I feel that maybe, you have a lack of belief in yourself, that you can make things happen for yourself, or that you could bring change in, or you could start this new thing with this Ace of Wands, that you could start this new thing. Don't settle. Too many times we settle, and then it doesn't work for us, and it doesn't work for the other person or their situation, because nobody's happy, right? It's like, don't settle for a situation. Even if it's something that that, it's like, it would just be easier to stay in this situation or to figure this out. But if you really know inside that it's something that needs to be changed, don't settle for something. Don't find reasons to stay in a situation that you're not happy with, right? Find those reasons to motivate you and to move on from the situation. Get clear. I love it. So the advice from the Whispers of Healing is to get clear. Be clear. You have to be clear with your intentions. You have to be clear with your goals. You have to be clear with what it is you want to have happen. Because if you're not clear, then one day it's going to be this, and the next day it's going to be that. And so you're going to have scattered energy, and you're going to be all over the place. So get clear as to what is going to give you hope, right? This star card. Get clear on what that represents to you. What does that mean for you? What is it that you want to fight for? What is it that's going to make you happy, right? What is it? Get clear on that. And if you need time to get clear on that, that's perfectly fine, right? It's not saying it has to be done right in this moment, but it's getting clear on, okay, this is what's going to make me happy. This is what is going to bring me peace. This is what is going to motivate me or drive me, or this is what I want to have happen. This is what I want my life to be like. This is what I want my world to look like. This is what I want to feel. This is what is going to bring me peace, right? Get clear on that. All right, I'm not going to take this whole stack, but I'm just going to take the one that I saw that flipped over for Whispers of Love. We have considered your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. All right, look at how committed you are to love. So I feel like that could represent, this could represent a relationship that maybe you're trying to convince yourself that you're happy in, but you're really not. This also could be that, how committed are you to create a strong foundation for yourself, to love yourself enough to not settle and to choose what makes you happy, right? And to believe in yourself and to get clear about what you really want, right? Commit to it. If you have trouble committing to it, then is it something that you really want to do? Or if you're having trouble committing, why do you feel that you don't want to commit to something? Is there something else going on there? All right, we have number 11, balance, and that is the Justice card. Okay, so it's about making things happen for yourself. I feel like the Justice card represents making things happen for yourself, not sitting around and waiting for things to happen for you, but to put yourself in that mindset so that the universe can show you those things and show you that path and that guidance, and saying, okay, if this is what you want to have happen, then it starts to show you things on that path that you can do to make that happen. And bringing justice for yourself, right? Making things happen for yourself. That if you're not happy with what's going on, that you create that balance and that justice for yourself. You make things happen, right? You make things happen, not just settle or accept. No place like home. I love it. So again, it's about having confidence. This is about having confidence, being comfortable in your own skin. It's about having that confidence within your own self, and that there's no place like feeling confident within yourself. Building your confidence with that strength card there. When you feel confident within yourself, then you naturally feel guided on those choices and decisions that you have to make. When you're like, okay, I know, when you feel confident, you're like, okay, this is the next step. This is what has to happen next. This is where, it doesn't mean that it may not be another choice after that, but it's like, okay, this is what I feel I need to do. This is what needs to happen, you know, and it's like you start to feel more guided and feel confident. And when each step, it becomes, right, slow and steady, it becomes stronger and stronger. All right, let's grab you a crystal card for this reading. So crystal energy for this reading. Oh, I feel like this blue cloud bubble one. We have blue aragonite. Empathy, compassion, and communication. Communication is key with this crystal. You will definitely send the message. This crystal activates the throat, third eye, and heart chakras, allowing you to communicate from a whole and centered place, while the stone instills hope and inspiration. It enhances your ability to empathize, and show compassion for others, fostering authentic connections. Look at how committed you are to love. So I feel like that has to go with connections. Communication skills with this spirit realm, cultivating a calm and relaxed space for even more clarity to come through. So it's about having clarity. I feel like it goes back to getting clear as to what it is that you want to have happen. It instills hope and inspiration. It gives you that guidance, right? And so that's over here with the star card. It's instilling hope and inspiration. That when you feel confident, right? When you're believing in yourself, that's what, there's no place like home. The believing in yourself. I feel that these messages keep repeating themselves, is that you have a lack of confidence within yourself. And I feel like it's looking deep within that self and seeing, why do you feel you have this lack of confidence? What is this self-doubt that you keep telling yourself? You know, where did this stem from? Where did this come from? What is it that happened that triggered that or is making you feel that way? And when you're able to realize that and process that, for me, it was from my father. So it was things that he told me that he, you know, didn't do for me, that he didn't support me, like all of this stuff going on. And so I always felt a lack of confidence within myself. And once I was able to let that go, then I'm starting to build up that confidence within myself and that belief within myself. And I feel like same for you is like, what is that where you feel you have this lack of confidence? And because this is kind of like a repeating message here, is to have that compassion for yourself and to believe in yourself and to be comfortable in your own skin and restore hope and faith and belief and take actions. That if you believe that there's something that you need to do with this Ace of Wands, to go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter whether it succeeds or it fails. It's the fact that to pat yourself on the back that you actually tried it and you actually did it, that you took the steps. And maybe that will turn into something else, or maybe that leads to something else, or that gives you the confidence to try the next thing, right? It's always about trying and learning. But you have to get clear and have that confidence within yourself. And that's the baby steps, the little things that you do that add up and add up and add up, right, to the bigger things. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you have an amazing day. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.